And then.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna start with anybody have. Doctor, we're starting with good news here. How
Birthday was yesterday.
How old are you?
Did you say you want reimbursement for your dinner?
26. 326.
So basically, like,
I'm 30.
25.
Yeah, 25 is, that's it.
Until like 50.
I think once you get 30.
That's exciting.
That's you know, hey, birthdays are fun. Anybody else? Was that the end of your good news or? Do more?
That's pretty much it. I might touch that.
Finally got to have that pizza he's been talking
I've been waiting
about.
for this. I've been waiting for this pizza for about a month. It's exciting. Yeah, that's all I'll say. I don't know.
We finally hunted down the insurance agent. He never wanted to, like, I kept bugging him. I was like, hey, like,
Let me tell you,
can you let us
between
know?
this insurance agent and Xfinity,
Yes.
I'm ready to shoot
And then
everybody that I have to
Pablo-
talk to.
We got Pablo asking what I was going to do, but we started trying to
Name
take
is
it.
Pablo.
We haven't heard from them. We're gonna get our money back and like. I'm like, what if we didn't have money? Like, what would, you were just gonna let us like sit there for a month? So I finally was just like, I'm gonna call him and tell him to pay, but like I've already left him emails and called him and he's not responding back. I called him, it was like second ring and he's like, oh, this is Pablo. I'm really worried, like, I would really like to know when we're getting our money. He's like, I told your husband countless times or something like that, like.
Yeah, he's like, I emailed your husband back. I'm sitting there looking at my email and there's nothing.
Liar.
But he said that we should get it, at least the proposal, on Monday.
Okay.
Did you check your junk folder?
I did,
Oh, okay.
in fact,
Okay.
and it wasn't
That
there.
wasn't there. He was straight up lying to y'all.
I emailed
Years.
2 separate times. And I've called him at least twice. I'm like, no, I didn't.
It was just
I
funny,
don't
like
believe
second
anything.
ring, it was like, hi, this is Pablo.
And she was like, and
Yeah.
she was in the other room. I was just irritated. You gotta be kidding me.
That's awful.
So anyway, other good news?
I heard you guys are from there,
Yeah. Actually.
We are.
a really anti.
I read about 15.
Okay. It's a 300-page book. How have you read 15% of it already?
7 yesterday.
Percent. That math doesn't.
Yeah, I round up to 15%.
Yeah, actually, on that note,
Both at 16, I'd be at 30.
and anybody who, any of the guys who want to read this book,
Yeah.
I'm assembling a crew because apparently it's all like, I mean, it's about like how women have been, their stories have been told by men. But I'm the only guy in the group, and so it's gonna be real awkward in the month when we get together to talk about it.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for a couple more guys to read the book with me, so that I have, you know.
Life story.
My wife really wants to read it.
Yeah. They're looking at you like.
The leaders of the thing, and Gary granted for 5 minutes at the end of the last meeting about the book.
How they didn't
Yeah.
put the taste test of what.
I heard she apologized.
Yeah, her-
Sorry, I know you're a Christian, but my, or like my.
Yeah, she was talking about, I guess one of the things they talk about in the book is that story of Adam and Eve and how it's like, oh, Eve is responsible for all sin. And she like starts to talk about it and then she looks directly at me and goes, sorry, I know you're a preacher, but like, you know, I guess she's like, this is just what the book's about. And she was like, I guess her neighbor like believes, you know,
When they were the cause.
yeah, it's like, all right, well, I don't believe that.
Yeah, let's not broad stroke this. Let's not cover me with that. I love you. Question before you continue. There's still pizza people. I'm just letting people know. 'Cause I'm about to go to the other. One piece? Oh, your birthday guy.
Any other good news?
You know that fourth floor I had?
Yeah.
I had really good time. And then my brother Jacob, he used it for a long time to get back and forth from football. But now.
It's long.
Yeah, I still.
For $150.
They didn't have the catalytic converter on. I was gonna get 300. That's what it was.
Imagine selling a car.
I didn't have a title. For this guy. If you guys ever seen this guy here, the truck with a trailer attached to it with a big like flag on it, and he's got his nose on the back, he's got a bunch of tattoos on his face. It's a better flag. I don't know what kind of flag it is, but he just goes and picks up vehicles.
Wow.
I called him, and I was like, I have a title. That's fine. He's like, I'll be there in 15 minutes.
All right.
Oh, right on the floor is for-
Beck, imagine selling a car for under $300. Am I right?
I think it's fine.
No, we sold.
Yeah.
We're only getting 250.
So it's sitting on the side street. It's sitting on the side street, all the tires are flat, and this cop comes looking for somebody's bike that had gotten stolen. And our neighbor was like, hey, since you're over here, by the way, there's this truck over here, you sitting here, I don't know who it belongs to. And I guess Pearl's out there.
I was like, what's going on? Why is the police on our street?
Yeah, and so basically, they go and they start reading the plate. It does not have a plate to it, because you can't get it registered, so it has like a little Pontiac.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It looks like it, and so he's like reading it off, and I'm like, I go out, and I'm like, "Can I help you?" He's like, yeah, you gotta move this car, so I end up moving it.
Well, our next door neighbor came over to me and he's like, just so you know, I called the police on whoever's car they hit. No,
The whole thing top says, oh, man, that's crazy. He tells me real quick, what do you want to do? Like, why would you?
I didn't come back over there, so I went over and he was on the porch. I was like, so I gotta be honest with you, that's our car.
Pearl. On that car, it's been crazy. Go to get the key.
That's not how you are. Like, what are we gonna tell him when he sees that truck sitting in our driveway?
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Nice. I was, but I wouldn't say anything, I wouldn't come back.
You make a story of
and-
every addresses it, sorry.
Any other good news?
Oh, it's not happened yet, but I'm writing a children's book.
Oh, it's not happened yet, like you haven't started writing it, or it hasn't, like, like, it's not.
You thought about it 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It's actually not far.
Yeah.
This is the first time Rebecca heard.
Yeah.
It's like. Hello. And it's about worms. So like you and Lacey can like relate with composting and stuff. So it's about worms. It's called I Got Worms.
I'm just gonna tell you, we're not gonna buy your children's book until we actually have children.
Oh, I mean, they're on market, so I'm not.
I'll buy it.
Oh.
Well, I have fantastic news.
What was
The
that?
Eagles are in the Super Bowl.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Just the fact that you don't feel I'm fired up about it. I'm like, you know.
I haven't seen you
I feel
in.
great about
Oh,
it.
I see you in an Eagles.
Yeah, I literally have worn Eagles stuff every day since the divisional round.
Yeah.
When you last saw.
2017.
But Eagle stuff we,
Quite a few. Yes, I have done laundry. But yeah, other good news, we have our campus retreat coming up, and this is like the whole shindig. This is like the whole ACR is getting together. And so it's just exciting. I mean, it's literally in Ripley, so it's like in our backyard. It's everybody getting together for the first time since probably 2014 or 2013.
Wow.
So yeah, it's kind of like, I'm very glad that I am not one of the people in charge of it. But I think it's just exciting to think of that many disciples all, I mean, it's probably gonna be 250-ish, 300-ish disciples all together. Plus ministry staff, plus, everybody else. So
Kiara's supposed to be going on.
Kiara is going.
Well, that's,
I know.
That's the only thing. So yeah, I think it's just a cool opportunity to have that many disciples all together nearby. So if you guys want to take a day trip up, you totally blend in.
Yeah.
A bunch of kids.
Yeah.
He was like, whose kid is that? Well, cool. We are beginning our emotionally healthy relationship series. So does everybody have the workbook?
No, it's on, or it's on Ookla. It's on what? Ookla.
The
You tell
audio.
me I bought it.
The audio books on
The ebook should be in there. Yeah.
How you gonna write? Anyway,
It's coming.
we are not working through it just yet. This is just kind of the introduction to it, but the general format for like our Sundays and Wednesdays for the next really month and a half or so are going to be the Sundays are going to be kind of the Bible study portion of each week, and then we'll kind of work through the workbook sections during midweek, if that makes sense. And so a couple of things about this is just the suggested guidelines for the book for kind of our midweeks. They say, number one, be prepared. Get the most out of your time together. We ask that you do the pre-session readings. Please also bring your workbook and the EHR day-by-day book with you to each meeting. You don't have to have the day-by-day book. If anybody needs it, I have it. So you can borrow it. Especially if you're doing one of the videos that Rich talked about. I have it, so don't go buy it. Number two, speak for yourself. We encourage you to share and use I statements. We are only experts on ourselves. For example, instead of saying everyone is busy, say I am busy. Instead of saying Garrett struggles with forgiving, say I struggle with forgiving. Little mix up there, Sorry. That's like, wait, how does he know me? Number three, respect others. Be brief in your sharing, remaining mindful that there are time limitations and others may want to share. Number four, no fixing, saving, no setting other people straight. Respect people's journeys and trust the Holy Spirit inside of them to lead them into all truth in His timing. Resist the temptation to offer quick advice as people share in the group. Turn to wonder. If you feel judgmental or defensive when someone else is sharing, ask yourself, I wonder what brought him or her to this belief. I wonder what he or she is feeling right now. I wonder what my reaction teaches me about myself. Trust and learn from silence. It is okay to have silence between responses as the group shares, giving members the opportunity to reflect. Remember, there is no pressure to share. Observe confidentiality. In order to create an environment that is safe for open and honest participation, anything someone shares within the group should not be repeated outside of the group. However, feel free to share your own story and personal growth. And then the last one is punctuality. And yes, that's in there. Resolve to arrive on time, or if you're the generals, 30 minutes early.
I don't know, the tortillas have been coming in hot.
All for the trophy in the first place.
It's gonna be a continual challenge.
No.
And so the book, the section starts with a short quiz that I actually turned into a little Google quiz. So go ahead and scan that.
Come on.
There you go.
Look at that.
So it's like 40 questions, I think. But it's, yeah, so we'll take it all right now, because it's kind of important for the next steps and stuff. But it shouldn't take that long.
I like how you took away the 5, so you can't be in the middle on anything, you either have to be low or high.
That's just, hey, that's the scale he came up with, so.
Good, because I've been right on 3
Put it 3 down
for everything.
kind of in the middle,
Yeah.
kind of average.
I'm a middle guy.
It's
I
only been-
consistently integrate my faith in the marketplace.
Facebook.
I'm like,
Yeah.
we define
Thank-
marketplace.
I feel like
in
secular
work.
Just like secular
Okay.
job.
I'm like a
In the world.
broker in the world.
When I go to the market for, to butter it up.
Yeah.
do I integrate-
Any of those stores within the market.
You're not gonna like bring these up on the lawyer or anything, like start dissecting them.
Yeah, like, all right, Rebecca, let's get it.
I need to back up.
There's a question, it's too long.
You need a break.
It's funny how these all rely on like your own self-awareness. So like others would easily describe me as approachable, gentle, open, and transparent. I'm like, yeah, right. I don't know, I haven't talked to other people about those things recently.
I can sit down.
Yeah, here you go, Miko. Answer them for me.
I gotta get daily emails from
No, you're not gonna get daily emails. Although it would help you stay faithful, I'll email you every day. Miko.
Can you email me?
Why is there only 4, not 5?
That's literally the middle of the grading.
There's no middle?
No.
Nah, you won't.
Either the second.
Hey, there's 2 or you're not, what the?
Hello. Quietly sitting in the room on the phones.
Like, they ain't learning anything. Others would easily describe me as approachable, gentle, open, and transparent.
You guys. Okay, 3. I was feeling 4, but it's honestly. No, don't think too highly. Wait, 2? 2? You said 2?
He said you're 2, 3.
2 transparent,
I was in 5.
like the very true.
Okay, all of them are 3s except for that one.
He doesn't live up there, so.
Yeah. Yeah. You did that.
My God.
Coffee grains.
I believe you probably believe it. That one. Please tell me which one I should do those. Tell me for 20. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Back. Same thing, am I still on the same question?
Okay,
Am I?
Okay. no.
I didn't think so. So I, so 3 or a 4?
I think it doesn't even listen.
I'm a
to
man.
what you're saying. We'll put 1, buddy.
I have test anxiety, I don't know. I like, I don't think it's. I like read over the correction like 4 times. I don't know what to do with it.
Ready to be a 2.5.
That's what I'm saying.
She's like, I'm not quite a 2.
1 through 5, and 3 be middle of the road.
No,
Yeah,
because then you put down 3 for everything.
Everything, yeah, and then it's not beneficial.
Just pick a side.
Pick a
Pick a
side.
negative or positive, pick a side.
I'm positive that I want a 5, so I can pick 3.
In fact, I know you're gonna like answering this one. I've never been accused of trying to do it all. Or biting off more than I
That's
chew.
100% true.
Okay.
Ever.
Number 4.
So when we're done, we don't get to see like what happened?
Oh, just wait, just you
Oh, no.
wait.
Oh, that's scary.
I was waiting for.
Is there gonna be a pie chart with everybody's
That's what I
things,
was, I was
bar
waiting
graph?
for like an enneagram, like.
Here's where we're terrible as a community.
That'd be a good idea.
It does say community,
What is it?
it does say community
So it's gonna
temperature,
be
Yeah.
hot or cold.
so it's gonna be us as a group.
As a pie.
We're about to get roasted.
Who brought us down? The group.
It's so low in this area.
On the there.
Do the results get sent or?
Okay, this probably means that you got some degrees.
Everyone go forward, go forward. Chip forward.
There's not a cheating.
You know.
What kind of color?
One
One that doesn't.
You been here? I haven't finished mine.
Don't worry, we'll just put in one for all the rest. That's actually the second portion of this will be all of us answering for me.
Get through.
Actually, please do.
Being an honest husband.
She's like.
Yeah.
28's a little bit of a high bar to reach. 28's kind of hard. Are you there, Sean?
Oh, I did.
Just finished? Okay, I take time to grieve my losses as David and Jesus.
Yeah, that is.
I don't think I can really. I think I'm gonna go one on there.
So,
I'm not
I
really
wasn't
scared.
done yet.
we're not there.
I'm gonna say it.
Come on.
Oh my gosh, wait, there's an email address. We're gonna see everybody's answers.
Do it.
Expose me.
But I will say, the point of this is not to compare yourself to other.
But I will.
We can't help it. We can't help it.
To get blood stroke. Hey, what are you doing?
Dude,
What you doing?
excuse me, go.
Yes, it's. Running downstairs back.
Hey.
I'm busy.
Oh, Georgie.
So wait.
Yes, so once everybody has submitted their answers, I have a whole nother sheet that calculates the average and stuff.
Wow.
So,
Ouch.
I have to read.
Situation you got going on today.
Well, there's not a thing in the bathroom.
I know. There should be.
How many times have we do that? Not being kissed. One time there wasn't in the women's bathroom, but in the men's bathroom.
Everyone's the funeral.
And then it's always right next to the sink. Can I get some privacy?
What, Daddy? And no, you're mine now.
You're mine.
Yeah, at least you do get an email of them.
Yeah.
So,
The thing at the beginning of. Probably like on one side and then they sort of go this side. Hi, guys. Is that him? Wait, there he is. There he is. There he is. Okay. Here we go. Here we go, here. That's what's right. Oh, hi. Here. Here we go. Here. Right here. Oh, that's the wrong person. Come on, let's go over here. He's a pro. He's like a brown. Okay.
Really, none of these answers matter. I just wanted to see who was quick at taking quizzes and who was slow.
I was very slow. Okay. I'm more distracted. than-
Read when there's someone noise. I need someone to read them out.
What's that? What's that? You wanna draw? You don't wanna draw? It's a little dusty. You wanna draw? No, not really. I distracted you. Or as long as possible.
What question is everybody on?
Yeah, I got like 30, I got the end of like 35.
You can start talking with that.
Yeah, so we're gonna, everybody's responses will pop up as we go. Oh, that's so unfortunate.
See, I typically get to about half the test, and I get tired and I start guessing. It's to get it over.
Did you just do that? You definitely shouldn't do that.
But
Sean, did you do it twice?
He said, he goes, right at the end, the test, I just guess all.
Did you take yours twice, Sean?
When I get tired.
no, that was earlier.
Oh.
I don't know why that's not popping up.
I'm sorry.
Refreshing.
Emotional infant, child, adolescent.
I'm on the age of 38, I don't have married or children.
You're done.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay.
So. This is at the end of the section. They have a little like, show you guys. They have like a little graph that measures basically where you are emotionally. And so for each of these categories, there's, these are kind of the breakdowns for each. So it's just split into fourths. And so, again, huh?
They just count up all your numbers.
Right, for each section, yeah. And so, again, don't look at other people's and compare yourself.
Which definitely. Mine's like 6
I'm not comparing, I'm comparing mine, I'm comparing both yours.
The first, the first two I just put in randomly.
Yeah.
But so the areas, the part A is just general formation and discipleship. Principle 1 is looking beneath the surface. Principle 2 is breaking the power of the past. Principle 3 is living in brokenness and vulnerability. Principle 4 is receiving the gift of limits. Principle 5 is embracing grieving and loss. Principle 6 is making incarnation your model for loving well. Principle 7 is slowing down to lead with integrity. These are all on the Huntington Services.
Should I take a photo of this? Because
You know what, everybody come like that, cause I'm gonna have y'all's.
Cody's already revealed it.
So each of these principles is addressed more specifically in each of the chapters that we're going to go through. We are actually skipping over 2 of the sections because they're part of mostly healthy spirituality, so for those, sorry. But this at least gives us a little bit of a marker for ourselves to see, okay, where are we coming into this? Where do we kind of line up? Where are we either emotionally mature or emotionally immature. Does that make sense? So again, this is on the, in our Google Drive folder. Look at it anytime.
Oh, it's in the, this is?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Hold on. More people showing up. There we go.
Yeah.
All right, that's all. And so this, the nice thing about this is we can look at it and say, oh, wow, like I'm really low in one of these. I should focus on that, right? Like it helps to kind of address a little bit more and to know that, okay, when we get to that section, I really want to focus on this area. And so this is all rooted in the experience of the Corinthian church. So over in 1 Corinthians. Over in 1 Corinthians 13, starting in verse 1, it says, if I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have a faith that can move mountains but have not love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and surrender my body to the flames, but have not love, I gain nothing. And this is written to the church in Corinth for a reason. The church in Corinth was incredibly talented. Think about that. Paul is writing to them and saying, hey, some of you may actually be able to say, I can fathom all mysteries. Like I have all knowledge. That's a pretty talented group.
Yeah.
Like that. Even some of them clearly had high faith. I have faith that can move mountains, but they lacked emotional maturity. There's IQ and EQ, right? Emotional intelligence and intelligence. I don't know what the other one is. But the church in Corinth lacked emotional maturity. And that you see all of the problems. I mean, they're the only church that he wrote to with. Well, it's not the only church that he wrote to twice. Thessalonians, he also wrote to twice. But everybody in that church was 2 weeks old. The church in Corinth is like supposed to be a mature, like established church. And they got all sorts of sin. And so as we head into this emotionally healthy relationships, this series, I think it's really important for us to engage with going deep and really getting in touch with, okay, where are we at, both as a collective and individually. What they describe, so the community temperature reading, it's the building, they describe it as the building block for everything else. And so this is what it is. The purpose is to discover and express your God-given voice and to build healthy relationships with others. And it's all about grief sharing. And so there are 5 categories that they suggest to go through. The first one is appreciations. We think of them in our heads, but often we only say them when someone has gone above and beyond the call of duty. Some families and cultures never express appreciations. Appreciations are important to the life of any community or relationship. Examples would be, I appreciate you waiting for me last night when I was running late, or I appreciate you arriving early and getting the coffee ready before the meeting. I don't know when we would ever say those to each other, but amen. The second one is puzzles. So we use them when we don't want to make negative assumptions about people, especially when we don't have all the information. Puzzles prevent us from jumping to conclusions and negatively interpreting what is going on around us. Puzzles give us an opportunity to slow down and ask questions instead of making judgments. Puzzle is a loving word. And so for example, instead of being upset and not saying anything at all, or angrily saying, why didn't you return my phone call? You can say, I'm puzzled as to why you didn't return my phone call. Instead of thinking, no one washed the dishes last night, I live with a bunch of slobs. You can say, I'm puzzled as to why you left your dirty dishes in the sink.
I wouldn't know anybody.
That one hit home. didn't it?
Don't count me like that. The third one is complaints with possible solution. All relationships have complaints or things that they don't like. Two challenges with complaints is that one, some of our families grew up with an unwritten rule. You don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Or number two, it is very easy to complain and not take any responsibility for a possible solution. So the purpose of complaints with possible solutions is to help you with small irritations and annoyances that arise each day. Using the phrases either I notice, using the phrases I notice and I prefer. And so, for example, I notice you often leave the lights on in our apartment when you leave, and I prefer you to turn them off. Or I notice our meetings start late, and I prefer we start at the agreed upon time. The person with the complaint takes responsibility for a possible solution. And the goal is to keep the complaints. It should not be. Yeah. I noticed that you're making some noise. I prefer you to. Well. But the goal is that we keep those complaints light. It should not be, hey, I noticed I hate you and I prefer you to not be in my life. Oh, man. Not the kind of complaints we're going. Small irritations and annoyances. Yeah.
As opposed to like, I'm trying to think of what I would normally, like, my standard would go to, be like, don't, like, it would just be like a, don't, like, if it's something I don't like and somebody does it, I probably would naturally slide into, don't do this.
Right.
So it's like it's an easier,
It's
not
a
as
softer way, yeah.
Okay.
Or the other option that I think most of the time happens is we just say, that's annoying, I'm just gonna be irritated over in the corner until you ask me what's wrong. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you know, number 4 is new information. So this can take many forms, events, appointments, all sorts of stuff. Relationships can only grow when people know what is happening in each other's lives, both the trivial as well as the important. For example, our professor moved the exam so I can go to the movies this week, or I'm exploring a different job within my company. So just sharing new things. And then number 5 is hopes and wishes. Hopes and wishes offer windows into our unique souls, revealing significant parts of who we are. Family life in particular becomes richer as we support and listen to each other's hopes and dreams. For example, I hope we can get away for a vacation this year, or I hope to get a master's degree in nursing someday. And so we'll pair up really quickly, spend about 5 minutes doing this. And so the goal isn't to go through all 5, because I don't even remember all 5. But the goal is that we're able to work through, starting with appreciations, you know, we can kind of work through them together. And so a couple of guidelines for these, face each other as you share, look each other in the eyes, face to face. Take turns sharing back and forth. Keep the sharing light and brief. Use only the sentence stems given. So I appreciate you. I'm puzzled. I notice and prefer, you know, that stuff. Don't interrupt or respond. Only respond to puzzles or complaints with a few words if appropriate. And so if you need any of them, you can come take the book.
Can I take a picture? Yes, I take a picture,
sure.
that's it, the Slack.
And so we're gonna kind of do this in person for a little bit, probably about 5 minutes. And then the goal is to incorporate this in our week, to take this as we go. And so in our interactions throughout the week, we're able to say, hey, I really appreciate this in you. Or, hey, I'm puzzled why you did this, right? That we're able to actually incorporate in our lives, because that will make our time together for midweeks that much better, because we're already in the habit of using it. That make sense?
Yes. Salt here.
Yeah. So we'll split up into groups or, groups of 2 or 3 and do it.
That.
Great.
Thank you. You ready?
Keep going.
New information.
Okay.
Didn't get that in the photo. It's just my new information. You only got the information. That's okay. Oh, I should. Shame on me. It would be a sticker though. I ain't got it. I don't have it after these.
I messed that. Okay, Jacob's fixed the problem. I got the picture. Cut off part of the frame. He's talking this time.
So.
Let's see.
Oh, I have.
You mean I read this earlier today?
I'm puzzled. I'm puzzled by you.
So I was supposed to.
The goal is to start build up, but they also said, in that you don't have it. Yeah, work one at it, only one. Category.
So, I'll go first. That's nice.
That's one of the.
I hope to get closer in areas.
I
think I saw my.
No, it's in
I scored 9. So.
Like, you're saying something.
I can figure that out. Hope that we can, hope that I use it in a way that's.
Yeah.
Brings. That I can get. The other guys.
I think I noticed I prefer to be able to, you know. I think it's like they're struggling with this. And it's like, they're all like, stressed out, like. I prefer.
Yeah. It's like.
So
Outgrowing, like,
Five.
to notice. And if you're.
I appreciate it. I was a little. Trying to get.
And then you're hanging with your-
I just-
all of our. And stuff figured out.
All right. John.
Listen, I'm
Let's skip.
I think I appreciate her.
I don't really know how to go about that. Do you? My new
I
information.
noticed.
Or new information, maybe like.
But this is good.
I knew your mommy, that is. I don't think it was back. I can talk to your mommy.
Can I talk that way? Can I talk to her?
Cells. You're strong.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. We are.
Oh.
That's the hope actually gets back up there.
No, you're eight. I was right.
And I will be.
Yeah.
They're on spot.
Man, he was.
Okay.
Like. My information about it.
Okay, what is it? They might.
What was Miko's thing about vulnerability? What was he like?
That's why. We. But I don't want.
Be like, I hope. I hope.
I'm hitting them all with the ball. I'm going on fire. Yeah. So I hope. That we can do. Yeah, but you.
Oh, no.
Guess I can. Yeah, put stuff off. Yeah, how are you? Just work. It's crazy because it's like. I think it's just. Like they could bring the whole life, it's just such a life. I would be starting to remember, I sleep, it's just that gap of like my time with God and kids, I wasn't gonna see you. So. She's like, "That's one thing." I know, that's the word. Yeah. So that's the third thing. And obviously. So any complaints in your life, or maybe that we have. That we have complaints about. Just saying. Because I don't know. If you have them about me, then go ahead, because it's totally possible. I'm trying to. I know it is. You're waiting. More about.
I know this is not.
Is it missing? It's there. Oh, it's in the corner. Was it sitting up in the corner? Okay, so I wasn't on the, I did, it wasn't there. It wasn't in front of us. But that's not feasible. It's in the way. That's about as much as I know that it's in cat's names. Dogs. And bird. Personal. And I know. And like, I don't. It's too sad. I don't want to just be hearing stuff. Appreciate you leading. We appreciate
The color of this. Where are you at?
They sent him.
I mean, I.
Yeah.
No.
Getting in any trouble?
Probably not.
You can if you want to, she's definitely fast.
I don't wait around.
Take your whole in her mouth.
Sometimes I can do I'll be able to do things like-
Take time.
Not.
I think it, I think.
Yeah.
And
I think Republicans.
I think that we need.
All right, we are gonna gather back in, come back together. So, any just thoughts about doing the community temperature reading? Any like reaction from,
from this,
yeah, from this exercise?
I feel like when it comes to our overall community. Like I kind of have an idea of like what it would be interesting to see like what our overall community's actual like strengths were like in different areas and stuff like that. Like I feel like from that list, we didn't really get a chance to do that, so. Yeah, like the median.
I'd like to know our weakness.
Yeah, I looked in our weeks too. I was pretty weak. I had some.
You don't even scroll over them, the names.
Oh, you're talking about like
So
high.
you want me to just
high
take
column.
an average of all of them?
Yeah. See how we're doing like overall.
I could do.
Yeah. Some and five.
Yeah.
After our conversation, this needs to happen.
Yeah.
These conversations, I think, need to happen. Whether, because they're good, they bring out things that I don't think we're talking about very much.
Yeah.
I'm curious what you guys talk about.
Yeah.
We're getting like
more than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't really like I guess it doesn't matter, but I felt like I'm puzzled, sound like if someone was to come up and be like, I'm puzzled that you did this.
I guess you could use
I'm
a
puzzled
different
about
word.
this.
I think like,
Just understanding what it's trying to say.
Yeah.
Not a fact.
I think it's like, I'm confused, hey, like, you know, I noticed that this happened, like, I.
We'll talk about it more on Sunday with our lesson.
Okay,
Ooh.
with the puzzle.
You.
Rotation.
It's like, it's showing me. Puzzled why you didn't turn off the lights. You're like, okay.
Oh, no, that would be the, I noticed that. But I think it's, I'm puzzled as a tool to put you in a frame of mind to realize,
Yeah.
oh, I don't have all the information here and I need to ask questions. So I think I'm puzzled is a crutch. And it's not that that's not a crutch in a negative sense, but it's a tool in order to put you in the mindset. Rather than saying, I hate you because you do this.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's a softer way of.
Yeah.
Bringing something up, so.
I would say, if it was about life, I would say, what the heck? Why are you doing what?
Yeah.
Like, actually, that's what. we're
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Portillo's might be out.
Well, get ready for more of this because we're probably gonna do this a lot.
Are we doing it every midweek? just like even
Probably,
more
I don't
so?
know, I haven't read any of the other sections, so. In terms of announcements, church this Sunday is on campus in room 154 in Smith Hall at 10:30. For the campus ministry power hour is Monday at 6 p.m. in room 335 in Smith Hall. And midweek will be right back here next week at 7 o'clock.
Um,